Unlocking your truest potential is not as hard as you think it is. There are some hurdles to overcome. However, the greatest effect you can have on your life is the ability to begin to create your life. And we do that by unlocking what is inside and beginning to use that power. Today, let's talk about it. Let's go get that nugget. Welcome, ladies, to the Life Mastery for Women podcast. I'm Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind, your host. This is where we go to learn to master our life one nugget at a time. Unlocking your truest potential. Doesn't that sound amazing? It sounds like we're on this adventure and we are going to go dive into the story of our life and go on this amazing journey to unlock this power that's deep within us. I don't know about you, but that excites me. The more I talk about it, why do you think I've gone down the rabbit hole for the last 25 years on this particular subject? So in this space, we're going to unlock. We're going to turn up the heat inside and take off the lid that is our life, that is the barrel that we're living in. Take off the lid so we can begin to tap into this power. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the hurdles that you're probably going to be experiencing once you go on this journey. We're going to talk about what's possible for you. What happens if you don't take on this journey? What happens if you don't go on this journey? And how to do it. So I hope you'll join me today. Welcome, ladies. I'm excited about talking about this thing because it amazes me every single day. Listen, I'm addicted to this topic and I just have been consuming over the last 25 years, maybe even longer, consuming this knowledge because I knew it was there. And I hope you know it's there. And if you're now, take this how I mean it, but if you're getting older, you have experienced a lot of things in the world, but do you experience your dreams? Are you experiencing the joy that life has to offer? And if you're still kind of battling around out in the environment and you're addicted to your environment, then listen up, because today, as we dive in, I hope that you will join me on this journey going inward. The biggest hurdles as you approach the journey, we become these women warriors. And if you're a gentleman listening, you become a warrior in your own life. And you really take on that role as a warrior. Now, it doesn't mean I'm promoting like violence or anything like that, but you just kind of take on this demeanor and this character of, I'm going to achieve this thing. I'm going to live up to my potential. I'm going to take this life and I'm going to make something of it. That's the journey. I'm going to take this life, all of these things that I've been given, all of this body, this thinking, this environment, these people that are in my life, my parents, my kids, all of the money worries, the location that I live in, the job that I have. I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to overcome it. I'm going to take in what I want. I'm going to keep what I want, that I'm learning from, that I love, and I'm going to turn it into an amazing life. That's what we're doing. That's what life is. Once you begin this journey, the biggest hurdles are going to be your belief system. Your belief becomes the hardware of your program, the hardware of your body. Your beliefs about, can I achieve it? Has anybody else done it? Am I going to be good enough? Am I smart enough? Am I anything else enough? Right? Fill in the blank. Can I do it? And we call those limiting beliefs. They limit us. Because as soon as you look at your dream and you say, okay, I want to go after that thing, you feel this emotional block and you feel this emotional wall. And as you bump up against that emotional wall, I want you to ask yourself, what is this wall? What is written on this wall that I can't get through because my dream is on the other side of this? Right? When you go on a journey, think of any cool movie where the world is ending and they call this hero in, this warrior, and they say, okay, listen, you're the expert in this. We want you to go save our planet. We want you to go save our world. And that person goes, okay, I'm ready. I'm going. And they go on this adventure and they just face obstacle after obstacle, after challenge, after hurdle, over and over and over again until they achieve. Don't let these hurdles get in your way. They're just hurdles. It's just a challenge. Go watch an adventure movie and you will completely understand what I'm talking about. And I'm sure you already do. So the first one is that limiting belief. Those are the first pieces that are going to stop you. Do you believe that you can receive it? Do you believe that it's possible? Has anybody else ever achieved it before? And do you believe it's possible for you? The other is if you feel like you deserve it. Do you feel like you deserve to have that thing? If deep down you do not believe that you deserve whatever it is you're going after, listen, that's a guarantee. You're pretty much not going to get it. So you have to move into the space of, I deserve that thing simply because I'm here, because I'm on this planet, because I'm a person, because I'm a human, because I say so, right? That's not ego. This is, I deserve it because I say I deserve it. And you have to overcome. Again, it all points back to it's a limiting belief. But there's that space of receiving. There's that space that says, I am worthy of this thing that I want. And when we become worthy, simply because we're here on this planet, that's when we start to unlock the energy within us. And when we begin to unlock the energy within us, that's when stuff starts happening. The opportunities, the epiphanies, the serendipities, the possibilities, right? All these things start to show up in our life. But the last one, we're going to get onto, we'll get onto that in a second, but the last hurdle is unlocking our potential is being addicted to our environment. Now, like I've said before in previous podcasts, we are not designed to be successful. We're designed to survive. And if you are on this planet and you're old enough, as you've gone through a bunch of things, probably older than like 35, you have experienced a bunch of things, and you're getting into that life of rhythm, right, of life. And I do this and I go here, and here's what my environment is like, and here's my job and my money and my spouse and my kids and my life and my house and stuff. And I go, okay, now I want something different. How do I do that? And then you start to push around the environment some more, right? What we need to do is go inward to create the future. But before we get into the house, is that addiction to your environment, because we have 5 of our senses are in the environment. Our hearing, our sight, our smell, our touch, and our taste. It's all anchored in the environment. When I want to change something, I just take this other sense, your 6th sense, your intuition, your connection to divine guidance, and I connect to that one thing. Now, that one thing takes some practice, and it's very, very big, and it's very, very powerful. However, I have 5 other senses that are anchored in the world. So we have like a 1 in 5 chance of success. Now, to me, that's a great way to look at it. That says, oh, okay, well, I'm not so far off like I was thinking. It's like a 20% chance. And I ask you, do you want to be in the 20%? Now, don't take this out in Google where it's like the business success, if you have a 10% chance of succeeding. I mean it like within our senses. To me, that feels kind of exciting because I have to turn off all those other senses and get this one connected. So the 3 biggest hurdles, your limiting beliefs, the feeling of being worthy and deserving, and just of the thing that you want. And then the last is being addicted to your environment. Now, what happens if you don't? What happens if you just listen to this podcast and you just don't want to do the things that I'm suggesting? Well, you'll continue to live in your dream not coming to you. You'll continue to live a fear-based life, and you'll continue to struggle. And I don't know. I hate that. I don't want to struggle. Now, I don't want my life to be so easy that I'm just sitting on some throne somewhere and I've got all these people and all this stuff and all this money and all this big house and all these things and I'm feeling great and I have all this stuff that's so easy for me to get. I don't want that. I want a challenge, but I want it to be possible. I want achieving my dream to have this progress. And I want the same thing for you because I'm 51. I literally just had my birthday on Sunday, September 10th. I had my birthday. I'm 51 years old. And I look at him, I'm like, what, 51? Like, how in the world did that even happen? And I haven't achieved the things that I want to achieve yet. But it's because I have to keep getting in there and connecting to that potential, connecting to the power within. My whole entire podcast is all about introspection. It's all about going inward and connecting to the source that created us. And you can call it whatever you want, but it's that energy. And I know that if I don't do that on a regular basis, if I don't elevate my feelings, my mind, my personality, and overcome these things that are blocking me, these limiting beliefs that I have, I'm never going to reach my goals. Never. Never, 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 never. I'll be 89 years old still talking about it, and I will never have achieved it. My goal for you is that you will hear me and you will link arms with me and say, let's go, because my dreams are important, because I'm important, and I want to achieve success because I'm a woman warrior, or I'm a warrior. I want to achieve that. I want to overcome that challenge. Now, how do you do it? Or what's possible? Let's talk about what's possible. What's possible is you have access, readily access right now, right in any single moment of your life. You have access to divine guidance. But I'll tell you what, it's not out there. It's not out there. It's in here. It's inside. And in order to access it, what do you got to do? You got to bring your awareness inside. It's like looking around for the key. Do you have kids? And have they ever lost anything? And you say, okay, go look for that lost thing. And they look in the stupidest places. You're like, why would you be looking in the front yard? Why would your shoes be in the front yard? When was the last time you were in the front yard? And they just look in really weird places. They look, in the tub. They look under the kitchen cupboard. Like, why would your shoes be under the kitchen cupboard? Why, or under the sink? Why would they be in there? I don't know. Okay, think about where your shoes might be, where you might put them. Do you think you would put them under the sink in the kitchen? Like, no. I'm like, well, then why would you look there? So anyway, when we're looking for the key to changing, we have to look in the right places. But what we do, because we're addicted to our environment, is we look around. We look at our husbands and wives. We look at our kids. We look to our work. We look to our boss. We look on Google. We go over here and we ask this person and we Google this thing and we read this book and it's like all of the answers are not out there. None of the answers are out there. They're inside. So when we connect to our divine guidance, this is guidance. Where to go, turn left, go here, go straight, ignore this thing, get rid of this thing, pick up this thing, meet this person, right? It's all of those things, and we need that guidance. Another thing that is possible, which is what I love and which is what will create such an exciting life to live, is you become open to possibilities. Serendipities, synchronicities. And as you go through life, you're like, oh, I just met this person. I had no idea what I was supposed to do or going to do or whatever. And all of a sudden, this thing landed in my lap easily. That, my friend, is divine guidance. That is connecting and getting this new thing to show up. If your life is exactly the same, that's because you have not unlocked your potential. When we unlock divine guidance, that potential, that energy, connect to source, connect to God, we start getting the GPS download. And next thing you know, you're driving in your car and going to this meeting because you're supposed to meet this person. You don't know what you're doing. You're just going with the flow. And you go over there and you meet this person and that person goes, hey, you know what? I just lost my manager of my business and I would love to hire you. And my friend of a friend told me to come here because you'd be here. And you're like, how I didn't even know I was going to be here. And that next thing you know, that person goes, why don't you come to my office tomorrow and we'll chat? And then you get the job of your dreams, all because divine guidance said, go to this meeting. Divine guidance said, go here, go straight, turn left, straight ahead, take this exit, right? And that becomes your divine guidance. And it's exciting as I don't even know what to be guided like that. I have done it. It's happened. I love the serendipities. I love how you just show up and there's the thing that you've been looking for. But we have to allow it to happen. Next is that you get to live the life of your dreams, because once these opportunities start happening, life gets exciting again. Are you bored in life? Because sometimes I get bored in life. And then I know I got to connect. Because I'm just like in this rut. I'm stuck in this space. I'm looking around. I'm numbing. I'm playing video games. I'm watching Netflix. I'm just doing this day-to-day stuff that's just kind of numbing my senses because I'm bored. And then I wake up and I go, you know what? I need something new. I need something new in my life and I'm going to create it. I'm not going to wait for somebody else. I'm going to create it. And that is becoming empowered. That is you stepping into the role of you, of what it is you want to create in your life. And then you go, yeah, let's go. You put your warrior outfit on and you get going. You start connecting, you start getting the guidance, and you start going. All of these to me create that excitement, because if I'm living the same life, I'm just in autopilot. My body, my subconscious mind is just doing what it does, creating no more success and happiness. It's just the same thing every day. So in order to create something new, I must do something new. Okay? In order to create something new, I must do something new. And now let's talk about the something new. The first thing, the how to do it. The first thing is you must become aware. You must become aware that there is a power within you to be tapped into. I always use the analogy of being in a barrel with the lid on. And if you don't know that you're in a barrel, first you have to become aware that you're in a barrel. First you have to become aware that there is a barrel, and that there is a world outside of that barrel. And it is in that awareness that is going to help you to expand. So picture that. Picture an entire field, and all of these people are in these barrels with the lids on. And the rest of the world is going, and there's life happening, but there's all people crammed in these barrels. And until you recognize that you are in a barrel with a lid on, and life is going on outside of that, that awareness allows you to tap into this inner strength, this inner potential, this inner possibility to start taking the lid off the barrel, to stand up and go, holy crap, there's a whole life outside of this. There's a whole life outside of what you're currently living. A whole life. There's a perspective, there's potential, there's possibility, there's limitless outside of what you're already experiencing. How exciting is that? How absolutely exciting is that? So first step is having that awareness that something is greater, something is better, something is higher than where you're at. The next step is to remove and release those limiting beliefs. I really like the analogy of the hot air balloon with the sandbags, and you're in this field, so you've come out of your barrel, you're now in this hot air balloon with these sandbags, and those sandbags are what's holding you down, holding you in this perspective. I can only see this part of the field when I'm down here in the basket of the hot air balloon with all of these sandbags. So upon every single releasing of that energy, of that stuck energy, of that perspective, of that limiting belief that says I'm not deserving, or I can't have that thing, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I don't have an education, I don't have a bachelor's degree, I didn't marry the right person, I don't have enough money, there isn't enough time, I have all these kids, I have this job I hate, whatever the excuses are. Cut those away. Release those limiting beliefs. You're cutting away every single sandbag, and what happens every time you make the basket lighter? You start to rise. All of the abundance, all of the connections, all of the life you want to live, all of the dreams, all of the desires are up above the tree line. But you can't reach them when you're down here. You can't see them if you're in the barrel with the lid on. You must take those things off. You must release those beliefs that no longer serve you. And the next step is then you connect to source energy. And we do that once we release those beliefs and we understand that there's a power outside of us that we want to connect to. There's a flow of energy above us. And that flow of energy above us is not going to come down to us. We must go up to it. And in order to go up to it, we have to release the limiting beliefs. We have to believe that we deserve it. And we have to know that it's possible. Once we know it's possible, then we start to lift. We start to lift up. But when we're addicted to our environment, we can't lift up. We can't go anywhere, right? We have to raise ourselves up. And we do that by that going in, that introspection, connecting to source energy, connecting to our future self, the future that we want to create. We have to stop living in the past of where the thing isn't existing. where we don't have the money, we don't have the relationship, we don't have the thing, we don't have the dream, the desire, the job, the career, whatever. We can't keep living there. We must live and project our thoughts, our emotions, our intention out into the future, because it's that we're going to start pulling it towards us. That is lifting us up. And then when we come back and we wake up from our meditation and we go into our environment, we go, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I don't have the money in my bank account right this minute. I know I'm heading towards that future. I am pulling that future towards me. I am cutting away these sandbags. I am lifting myself up, because the stuff that's in my environment right now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's in my environment right now. It doesn't matter that I'm waking up to a spouse that hates me. It doesn't matter that I'm going to a job that I despise. It doesn't matter that I have $1.17 in my bank account. It doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. The more I lift myself up, the quicker I get there. The last step, you must be consistent. You must do it every day. You must commit to yourself, commit to your potential, commit to your future self, commit to your life. This is your life. Let's make the very, very best of it. And we can't do that when we're in those survival emotions that are deep down here. We can't do it if we're in our barrel with the lid on. We must take the lid off. We must step out of our barrel and into the basket, start cutting the sandbags, rising above the tree line and going, here's where everything is. Here's where everything is in my life. This is it. The consistency is the key. We must continue our practice every day, every day, every day, every day. And then we come out of that every day practicing. Then we look at our environment and we go, it doesn't matter. The things that we don't want, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we don't have the thing yet. It doesn't matter. I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to elevate myself, my mind, and my emotions. Now, this was a lot to put on you today. I totally understand. This is a lot. It's in depth. There's a lot of study. Dude, I've been studying this for 25 years and I still study it every day, all day long. This is what I love to do. And I love to teach. And I want to see you lift yourself up out of that barrel and above the tree line so you can see where you're going, where you want to go, where your dreams are. And I want to help you get there. If you want help, if you want to know some other ways to do these things, I have tools and techniques that all point to the same stuff. Being able to overcome those limiting beliefs, being able to sit in a meditation, overcome the body. I'm happy to help. Send me an email, themeditationroomtc@gmail.com, and say, hey, you know what? Let's talk. And we will set up a conversation for free. You and I just literally talking about how I can help and how I can serve you. I look forward to getting your email. Wow, that may have felt like a lot of information in today's episode, but if you're looking for support and a deeper knowledge of what we talked about today, then let's connect. You can learn more about how I work and how you can work with me. Send me an email to themeditationroomtc@gmail.com, subject line, let's talk. And in the meantime, you can join my online Facebook community, Lady Rising, and mention that you came in through the podcast. I look forward to supporting you and connecting with you there.